What's going on, everybody? This your boy Mike from Trouble Down Productions and NerdFeed.com, and this is going to be my review for The Walking Dead Season 6 mid-season finale, start to finish. So this episode picks up right where it left off, with the tower coming down and the wall coming down, and Walker's just pretty much flooding the streets. Everybody's running in different directions, kind of. We got Rick and Deanna and Michonne, Carl that goes in Jesse's house, and then we got Morgan and Carol that go into a separate house. Now everybody's running around like crazy mad people and falling down. Deanna's falling down, Carol falls down, Maggie's going up on a ladder to get in the high peak. Ladder falls down on her, she's hanging from there, people are sweating. I knew she was gonna be okay. I'm sure a lot of people did, but it was just crazy. You know, Walker's, like I said, just was flooding the street. Straight out the comics, man. It was pretty cool to see that too. Like when the camera panned out and it showed all them walkers in the streets of Alexandria. That was pretty hot. Maggie finally pulls herself up and just kind of lays there like, oh, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Then we get Eugene, who's all scared and stuff, and we finally figure out that he's the one on the walkie, which a lot of us already kind of knew that anyway. A lot of people had guessed that. But we actually see it now, and he's all scared and got the walkie and has his ass saved by Rosita. Even though he's still holding a machete in his hand, he just kind of freezes up. Meanwhile, Glenn and Enid are looking at Alexandria from afar, and Glenn's kind of seeing all the walkers around in the area that's over there, and he's trying to devise a plan to get up in there, while Enid is just sitting here like, you know, again, her state of mind is the world's trying to die, we might as well just let it die. So they try to have a little heart-to-heart there, and Glenn ends up just kind of running off, and we don't see anything from that point. I think this boy on some drugs. Like, this boy done found Nick from Fear the Walking Dead. That's his hookup or something. This boy was completely out of it while Rick and company brought Deanna in there, and she was severely wounded. We find out right after that she was actually bit, and it looked like a pretty bad bite too. So you know she's a goner from that point. And her response was pretty funny. It was just, you know, well, shit. Then it goes back to Morgan and Carol in the house, and you know, Carol is kind of wounded in her head, like a concussion type deal. Morgan's sitting there trying to help her out and everything. And but that just kind of starts the slow process between the two of them that actually builds through most of the episode and then finally comes to a head at the end. And then we go to Denise that's sitting with the wolf that Morgan's got captive up in there. And I guess Morgan was wanting her to fix his wound, and they get to talking. He gets to messing with her head a little bit, and she's like, okay, show me your wound. He lifts up his shirt and shows her. I mean, it's blatant from that point. It's not a bite mark like he wounded it, but it is infected, so it needs to be taken care of. Actually, it really don't. I don't even know why the hell I just said that. Morgan wants her to take care of it, so she's in there, and like I said, they get to going back and forth. She starts to fix his wound. With Deanna, it was kind of one of those drawn out things to where almost like a Tyrese type deal. They got bit, and then they kind of drew the episode out with them dying. So it was, you know, she had a heart-to-heart with Michonne and was asking Michonne, what does she want out of this? And Michonne was like, you know, I want this place to survive. And she was like, well, what does that mean to you? You know what I mean? So she had a heart-to-heart with Michonne. She ended up having a heart-to-heart with Rick later on in the episode. So they kind of just drew it out with her dying. We finally get to the part that I personally was waiting on, is when Carl found Ron in the basement. Him and Ron started talking, and Ron was just like, oh, everybody's dead, you're dead, my mom's dead. And then he goes and just kind of walks by Carl and locks the door, and he's like, you're dead too, and started pulling the gun out. Carl goes and bum rushes him up against the door, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought we was getting ready to see some action. I thought Carl was about to throw some bows. Nope. Ron backs him up against the door, the back door, with the shovel, and Carl pretty much pushes him off after that, and Walker's tried to come through the door, and all kinds of hell starts breaking loose. So from that point on, the fight was over. I mean, I was just like, that's it. Like, that's it. And then I really got pissed off because Rick and Jesse and Father Gabriel, all them came because they heard the commotion, what was going on with the walkers coming in and everything. So they put a couch up And as they was pushing on the couch, Rick looks at Carl and he's like, is everything okay? And Carl's like, yeah, we were just doing it. Just completely lied about it, which pissed me off kind of, because on the Talking Dead afterwards, 79% of the audience said that he should have ratted Ron out, but he didn't. But the part after that was pretty cool, because then, you know, Carl was just like, nah, it's all right. And he followed Ron into the room, and Carl grew some balls and pulled his gun on Ron, was like, give me your gun. And, you know, that part, I think that was probably the best part of for me, the whole episode, when that little part with them in the bedroom right there, because Carl was just like, look, dude, I understand, you know, but there's just something you got to know. Your dad was an asshole. MVP of the episode, Carl. That line right there. Now, this is kind of funny and kind of not funny to me, but right before Deanna and Rick had their little heart-to-heart together, Rick looked in the room where Deanna was at, and Deanna wasn't there anymore, and walked through the house and seen that she was by the crib or whatnot, and Rick ran in there and almost offed her early. Like, that shit was funny. Now, I don't really know if they meant for that to be funny, but I'm sorry, but that shit was funny. And then things finally come to a head for Carol and Morgan, because Carol ends up diverting Morgan, I would say, so she could get into the basement. And Morgan ends up coming down there. They start talking. She's got a knife pulled on him. He's got his bow out. Pretty cool scene, actually. And, you know, Carol's just like, I'm going to kill you if you don't get up out of my way. And I'm not going to ask you again. And then there it goes. Morgan uses the bow to knock the knife out of her hand. They do a little scuffle. And I didn't realize it, but I think Morgan watches, I think Lenny James or somebody from the show watches wrestling, because I don't know if I'm the only one that thought this. He did the rock bottom on Carol, man. That shit was a rock bottom to a T right there. I bet Rock was happy as hell when he seen that one. In the midst of him knocking her out, the wolf knocks Morgan out and then takes Denise captive in front of Eugene, Rosita, and Tara. And, like, personally, if I'm gonna throw out a prediction for that one, he was walking backwards out of the house, pointing the gun at them, holding Denise when he walked out of the house. And with all the walkers that are flooding the streets, it's kind of hard for me to believe that. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of think that I see him walking out of the house, and then walkers coming up and just biting him letting go, and she running back into the house. That's what I see. I was very, very, very against killing Morgan off. I kind of thought that it was going to happen, but I'm really against it, because I do like Lenny James. He is an awesome actor, and I do like the Morgan character. But what the shit that he pulled last night, I'm sorry. I'm at my wit's end. He got to go. And since the house that everybody else is in is getting overrun by walkers, Rick and company pretty much just puts walker guts, does his little season 1 trick, and does walker guts all over them. And they all hold hands and are coming out the door. Now, I made a prediction on what was going to happen after that. And I threw here's a video if you want to throw it up and check it out. But it didn't happen. My prediction didn't happen, but I still think that is going to happen. I just think it's going to happen in episode 9 instead of 8. I really did think, I didn't think that they were going to leave us hanging on that part like the way that they did, but they did. So they hold hands coming out, and the last thing you see is Sam yelling, "Mom, Mom." I turn around, bitch slap that boy. I swear to God, he gonna get somebody killed. He gonna get all 3 of them killed. I bet you. We did see Glenn climbing up in a tree, and he was looking across the way, and he seen Maggie up on that little top overlook right there. So at least he knows that she's alive. It looked almost like he was getting ready to holler her name, honestly, but he refrained himself from doing it. But so at least he knows she's alive. I'm going to give this video an 8-point rating, because for a mid-season finale, I felt it was too slow. I felt we got left with a lot of things that should have gotten played out. But I mean, that's just my own opinion. And I thought it was a decent episode. I just did not like it for a mid-season finale. That's about all I got for you guys. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave your comments below in the box, because I always want to hear you guys' thoughts. If you like the video, give it a fucking like. Thank you all for watching. Dead to Zombies, nerdfeed.com. You guys rock.